Great. Happy Thursday, guys. I know tired during the week and it's just long week, but you know what? At the end, we all have the victory. So welcome again, guys. And my name is Rudy, and I'm a proud member of the Choose to Change mentoring program. The Choose to Change mentoring program is a self-supporting Christian-based group sponsored by the Choose to Change Foundation. There is no fee to attend this class, but we do encourage donations from our members and to anyone else who believes in what we do. The only requirement for membership is a sincere desire to change your life. Because we are on a mission to restore families by inspiring, challenging, and equipping men to become better fathers, husbands, leaders in our community. So if you are ready to change your life, then guess what? You're in the right place. Through this program, you'll learn exactly where to start your life change journey, tools and resources to keep you going, and a support system to help you reach your goals. The Choose to Change mentoring program believes in three key principles of life. Number one, we believe in the life changing power of God through faith in Jesus Christ. Number two, we believe that God has already done his part and that it is your responsibility to learn to do your part. Your responsibility, not your PO. Number three, success or failure is a choice, and the choice is yours. So if you are ready, say I am. Thank you guys again. Just like I said, it's crazy. It's you know everything that's going on right now throughout the world, but you know what? God's still in control. You know, God's just God. I had a long week, but you know what? I prayed, and God got me through this long week. But it's just amazing what God does, anyway. So welcome, you guys watching on TV. Welcome again, and our brother's gonna have something powerful tonight. And let's give him a hand, guys, as he takes the pulpit. Okay, guys.
Right. We really had a long week. Who's ever had a long week? Oh man, I tell you what. Right? We have these long months, we have these long days, we have these long years. Remember those long years? You know, and it's interesting that he says that because that's part of what I want to a little bit of what I want to talk about today. Because it's part of the process, right? It's part of the process of moving forward. It just is. And we're going to talk about that today. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. So, before I get started, announcements. Um, so, on our prison invasion is on. Yeah, yeah. We're going back into the prison. Yes, and they let you out the same day, Leon. So, March 26th, Saturday. That's the new date. So I just got it today. March 26th, Saturday morning, we're meeting at our church here at 6 a.m. in the morning. Tempranito Chavarria. So, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be the first prison invasion of the since COVID. So, and the next announcement is we are having a fundraiser on. We're going to be selling chicken plates, and people have helped and donated. Um, Rudy donated the chicken. We're making 400 plates. That's a lot of chicken. So thank you, Rudy. Great job. And and then we're gonna be looking for more donations for for everything else. So if anybody listening or you know anything, monetary donations or anything to help us raise money for our foundation and what we do here in this place and around the valley and in the prisons, especially in the prisons. So that's all the announcements I have for tonight. Anything else? The date for what? It's April 2nd. It's the first week of April, the first Saturday of April. April. At the plate sale? Well, the cooks are going to get there probably by about 6 or 7 in the morning, and we probably don't need anybody there actually till about 9, 9, 10. So we can start setting up and putting signs. We have signs that we're going to use, so we need volunteers to help us for that as well. We're going to be right on. Well, let me share a little bit about that. So we had a very good location. We're going to be off the corner of 495 and Jackson. There's a tile store there called Emser Tile. And if anybody knows about 710 radio, the radio station used to be there. But in any case, if you go by there, the corner of 495 and Jackson, it's right off the corner. It's south of Jackson. There's an empty lot, and then there's this big building, and we're going to be in that parking lot. So there's a lot of traffic going through there. So we're hoping to sell a lot of plates that people that just come up, and we're going to be holding signs out there, fighting fatherlessness, fighting drug addiction, fighting family violence, and so that's what we're going to be doing. And usually people stop by and help us out and donate. So that's on Saturday, April 2nd. Saturday, April 2nd. Fundraising plate sale that we're going to be having. Amen. And I'm sorry? We're going to get the tickets hopefully by next week. In fact, we might have them by next Thursday. I'm almost sure we will. That way, if you want to sell some, I'm going to make them in little packets with numbers and everything. If you want to go out and sell some, that's awesome. And we'll talk more about that next week. And the last announcement is that today we're celebrating that it's a boy. Yeah. Yeah. Many of you don't know, but Leon and his family, have gone through a lot of hard, right, year. Talking about a hard year, difficult times, but Leon is, is a man of God, and he's a man of his word, and he wants to be a great father. And that's exactly what he's done. And he has, on Monday, is this correct? He has officially adopted his son. Yeah. That's incredible, man. We have two great men here that have fought for their children, and not very many men do that. I mean, that's just the reality, and and we have two very good examples here, and that's why I'm so excited about that I can see these men, and that I played a part at least a little bit in helping them move forward. And really, that's what it takes to change our lives, achieve in life. We need help to move forward. And I know that not because of me, or I'm just a part of the process of people's lives. That's all I am. I'm just another stepping stone for many people. And today I want to be. I hope that this class tonight will help you in your next step. Yeah. Today I want to talk about potential. Potential. I want to just give you a scripture, the real simple scripture I learned years ago, Mark 9:23. Jesus told the man, if you believe, all things are possible if you believe. And that was a powerful scripture that I learned many years ago. And I remember reading things like this, and I and I felt like, man, is that possible? What does that mean? How does that work? Right? Because we have so many doubts, we have so many fears, we have so many negative thoughts, right? So many obstacles in front of us. But there is some great things that we can do in our lives, right? We have a perfect example today of many of you, all of you here, of what you can actually achieve. But what is your true potential? I mean, we all have hopes and dreams, right? All of us. We all have hopes and dreams. We all of them, but we also have regrets and pain. But what you need to focus on is your hopes and dreams. Because if you continually look back at your hurts and pains, that's what keeps people back so much because of the failures and what they've been through and what they've the failures especially, right? The regrets. But we all have hopes and dreams. We all have a certain amount of hope, things we hope for, things we wish for, things we dream of. But what are you really capable of? Have you ever thought about that? What are you really capable of? This is a question I don't know if you've ever asked yourself. I want to ask you, what are you really capable of? In other words, what is your true potential? That's what I want to talk about today. And it's a very simple concept, idea. Who's ever been told you have so much potential? Who's ever been told that? Well, if you have not, then somebody needs to tell you you have some great potential. Now look at Chavarria. Chavarria have some great potential. Yeah, there you go. And this is a word that sometimes we laugh at sometimes, and because people actually joke about it. Potential, because this is a big deal and motivational, but the reality is that we have more potential than we even realize, and that's what I want to talk about today. I googled the definition of potential. Here's what it said: having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. Again, let me repeat that. According to Google, potential is having or showing a capacity to become or develop into something in the future. For example, someone might say, if you say that someone or something has potential, you mean that they have the necessary abilities or qualities to become successful. That's what you're saying. That you see something in them or something useful for the future that they can become. You might say the boy has great potential. That man has great potential. You know, we see a basketball player in high school like my son, and we see they have great potential. Let me give you another example. Potential generally refers to a currently what? To a currently? I can't even read my own typing. The term is used in a wide variety of fields. Potential, from physics to the social science, to indicate things that are in a state where they are able to change. I like that. In other words, things or people that are in this state, in this position in life, that they're able to change. This is what we're doing here. In ways ranging, listen to this, to, to the simple release of energy by objects or the realization of abilities in people. The realization of abilities in people. You have abilities. We have abilities in ourselves more than we think. Here's the truth about potential. The reality is that your true potential is dictated not by what you actually can achieve or accomplish. It's not dictated by that. Your true potential is dictated by what you choose to believe that you can achieve. Did y'all get that? Because you've heard the saying, okay, you say, believe it. If you believe it, you can what? Achieve it. We've heard it. We've heard the saying. And the saying is more true than you ever realized. Because the reality is that the potential is already in us. If you believe, Jesus said, all things are possible to him who believes. I heard a speaker once say that what we are capable of is amazing. What we actually do is disappointing. I said, oh man, I remember I heard that. I said, what we can do, what we can actually achieve and do and accomplish is amazing. And many times what we actually do is disappointing. Now, if what I just said is true, that if you choose to believe, because that's what the Bible says, this is where faith comes in. If that's true, that you can achieve a certain goal or dream in life, okay? If that's true, then that should move you to the next question. What are the steps necessary to achieve your hopes and dreams and your true potential? What are the steps necessary to achieve your hopes and dreams and your true potential? What is the process? Go back to the process. See, many of you don't know, or maybe many of you do because you've been here for a while. So, I developed the idea of a process because I know that that's how life works. It just came together for me finally. I didn't, and everything I read, everything I let me turn this thing off. I learn everything, even researching this, it's already have it up here. I'm just learning to try to, what is that word when you try to articulate? I'm trying to learn to articulate what I already know. I'm trying to learn how to teach it better. And I was thinking about this. I was telling my son that I was going to use the illustration about he's been in basketball for since he was in high school. And when they started, I remember him starting, and they didn't, people say, hey man, he has potential, right? But he didn't know how to play, and he kept on playing, and today, now he's a junior, this was his best year, but they suffered a lot of losses, right? They were very disappointed the last game, man. Some of these young men were crying, they because they worked hard to try to, and they suffered so many losses. They lost their last game. And I was told my son, listen, but that's what it takes. That's what it takes to achieve. That's what it takes. I was telling my son that I was going to use this illustration. They lost their last game, and that was very disappointing. I mean, these kids, they worked hard. But what I was telling him was that this coming year, right? Man, there's going to be greatness there because I've seen the team grow. I've seen him grow. And then next year is going to be a whole different ball game, right? Because now he's going to be tougher. He's going to be smarter. He's going to be wiser. He's going to be more talented. And he's going to win games. But let me ask you, if that's the case, how did he get here? He had to go through what? Through that process, through the disappointments. I mean, disappointments that hurt, like, right? Everybody's been through them, right? And this is what I try to teach people here, that's part of the process. That, that he, my son believed that he can do better. He believed that he can, and yet he saw failure. Who's had that happen to you? I'm telling you, in my business. I don't know if you all realize, many of you don't know this, but I do home renovations. I specialize in kitchen and bath renovations. Today, I specialize in custom home renovations. And we're actually probably the number one company out there. I can say that with a lot of confidence now because I know the market now. You Google my company, or you Google kitchen and bath remodeling, and I come up on the top there. I have the most reviews, the most good reviews, that is. And I'm at the top of my game right now. I mean, do I settle there? Do I just no? But the reason I'm telling you this is because that's not how I started. Ask my wife. Okay, she used to tell me, "Get a job." Why don't you just go get a job? Right? Because but I didn't understand this idea of that I was going through the pro. I did understand it, but I didn't. But I stuck to it, and I knew that I could. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know, but I kept in the process, and I continued learning and growing, and today this is where I am. This is how potential works. You know, it's not a it's in you. It's your job to pull it out. Now I have a few um, tips I want to give you here, but before I do that, I want to show you a video. This video is really going to inspire you because I know the feeling of failure and regret and not being able to achieve, feeling like you're drowning. Right? You've been through that. Feeling like why even try? In this movie, many of you probably saw it. If you didn't, you might want to go check it out. It's about believing in the impossible. It was called The Pursuit of Happiness. Who's ever heard of it? That movie just a few quotes. Don't let anybody tell you can't do something. I mean, you're gonna see. This is the trailer to the movie, and I thought I'd show it to you because part of believing in yourself, which is the only way you're gonna reach your true potential. Well, it's not in my notes. That's a good one. Believing in yourself is the only way you're going to reach your true potential. But once you decide that, get ready for the ride. Because the process is what's going to make you or break you. Check out this video.
Met my father for the first time when I was 28 years old. When I had children, my children were going to know who their father was. Chris Gardner was doing his best. We don't need two. We don't need one. Maybe next quarter. It's possible. But his best wasn't enough. Man, I got two questions for you. What do you do and how do you do it? I'm a stockbroker. Stockbroker. Oh. Hey, I'm gonna let you hang on to my car for the weekend, but I need it back for Monday. Feed the meter.
I need the rest. I can't wait anymore. So I need you out of here in the morning.
You gotta trust me, all right? Because I'm getting a better job.
Let me see if I can find you an application for our internship.
And mom, it's because of me.
Left because of mom, and you didn't have anything to do with that. There's no salary. No, I was not aware of that. My circumstances have changed some.
Last year, we had an intern score on 90% on the written exam. He wasn't chosen. It's not a simple pass-fail.
You're not quitting on this yet, are you?
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right. And they pushed when?
Jay says you're pretty determined.
Internship at D winner.
He said you're smart.
Anything's impossible. I can do it.
No, you can't. No one can.
Got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
I think so. I'll spell it. Man, I'm good. Getting better. I have potential. Isn't that powerful? That's a powerful. It was a powerful movie. He saw something he wanted. He had a dream. He had potential, meaning he believed in himself. And he asked two questions. And that's what you need to be asking yourself. What do I do? He said. And how do I do it? See, this is what this class is all about. Because we're not going to learn everything in one day, one session, one book, one seminar, one sermon. You're going to learn it in the process. This is why I call it the process of change. The process of change. I looked up John Maxwell. He has something called the rule of 5. And these are tips to help you improve your potential. Tips to help you improve your chances of reaching your goal. Because the chances of reaching your goal is not promised. It's only a chance. It's only an opportunity. It's your job to start fighting for it. He says, here's 5 rules he does. Here's 5 things he does. He says, I read every day. In other words, this is to prepare you for the process. He says, I file every day. I'm not sure what he means by that, but I know I file things and I do something every day on the computer and I'm filing it. So he's putting things away. He says, I think every day. I think 24 hours a day. We all do know. But what are you thinking of is what's important. He says, I ask questions every day. And I write every day. And then I looked up a few more things that we can do. And this, everything we do, everything I'm saying here is what we do here in Choose to Change. To help you and improve your potential. But what was interesting is I looked up these are 10 methods. And then I'll just give you a few. But I was interested to see what they were because that's what we do here. Number 1 was develop a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. In other words, not everything you know now may not work tomorrow. You might have to shift. You might have to grow. Combined reflection, thinking, with action. Don't just think about it, do it. Focus on the big picture. That's what dreams and hopes for. So you can focus on where you're going when you're going through the trials, when you're going through the failures. You have to focus on where you're going. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Time management. Time management. What that means is, what do you do with your time? With the 24 hours that you have in a day? That's what that means. What you do in the time. Big dreams. Big dreams and take small steps. Have big dreams and take small steps to fulfill your potential. Don't reinvent the wheel. You know, that's interesting. That was a good one because what I'm teaching you here, and as far as the process of change, is not uh, reinventing the wheel. It's something that you can learn anywhere. I'm just trying to teach it here to anybody who wants to learn it. Practice discipline. Accept failure. And number 10 was take time to recharge. But I just thought I'd share those things with you guys. Does anybody have any questions? Any comments? Rudy? And in the meantime, we're gonna pass around the donation bucket. I'm gonna pay my donations.
Orlando.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, I don't know if I heard right, but when you open up your business at the beginning, they would tell you go get a job or something.
Yep.
Well, that's exactly what they would tell me, because I was strictly commission when I started. I still am, but my checks a week, man, were like $150,
I remember those checks.
and man, and my wife would get mad again. Man, go get a real job. You know, go get a real job that's gonna pay you, because 150 is not gonna do it. So, but I stuck it through. I stuck it through because I would come and talk to the pastor that we had the previous before, and I would tell him, "Hey, I can't do this, man. $150 a week. No, it's not working." He said, "Man, just turn everything around that what you used to do, turn it around for good, then step on it." So that's what I started doing,
Wow.
stepping on it, and today, oh man, it's just crazy. I won't say the numbers, but it's just crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but
And Rudy, by the way, Rudy has his own business. Has his own business.
we already got one business, and already by next month we're gonna open up our second business.
Wow. And when did you start that? How long ago?
About 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
What was the first job you had?
Washing dishes.
Washing dishes. Washing dishes.
The only job I ever had.
And then but I like his story because think about it. But then somebody saw potential in him. I know because I know his story. And they gave him this opportunity. But then he had to go through the process. Get a job. $150 a week. I mean, but today, 8 years later, think about that for a minute. That's powerful stuff. Thank you, Rudy, for sharing. Anybody else like to share anything? It's amazing.
You know, brother, it's funny, that this comes up because, the enemy tries to discourage you,
Yep.
in the process, in those storms, in those, the trials and tribulations that we go through, to go through that process to even get to where we're going to. He tries to discourage you, to quit, to give up and stuff like that. So this past year has been really tough for me. And I was getting to that point where I was just saying, man, just whatever, but I stuck it through. And, yesterday's sermon was so powerful because, it's the blessing was right around the corner,
Yep.
and if I would have just given up and just, said, whatever, then, I would have never gotten there. But the enemy continues to, try and bombard you in that process that you're saying, so we just got to stick it out and remember that God is faithful. We don't know where that corner is, but it's right around the corner, like Pastor was saying. Maintenance, don't let him do that home invasion and keep
That's
your
right.
door.
That's right.
Yeah.
And keeping the goal in mind is that
Yes.
that shirt is all about.
Yeah, keeping the goal in mind, and we're going to the top.
Going to the top.
It's too crowded at the bottom.
Anyone else? Just thank everybody for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching online. We really appreciate you. Again on Thursday, on the 26th, our prison invasion. On April 2nd, we're still looking for donations and volunteers to help us on that day for we're selling plates to raise money. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Let's celebrate. It's a boy. God bless you.